It's gonna be hard for you to edit, bro.
When is it not hard, man?
What's up guys, Steven Dexter. So in this video, we're going to talk about this weekly recap. And overall, I do see a lot of multi-day breakout and with really high volume. For you guys beginners, you guys want to focus on one or two patterns. Multi-day breakout does have the highest winning percentage, also high reward. Let's get into these type of details to help you make your decisions on either going long or short. I select about 3 tickers to go over, so let's get into the video. So in here, I'm going to select 2 different types of multi-day breakout. First one will be UAVS, second one will be VXRT. And these type of multi-day breakouts are completely different, but they do look very similar. So let's get into a little bit of details and trying to figure out when should you go long and when should you go short. So first of all, let's try to compare 2 different yearly chart. For VXRT, you can see it performed the multi-day breakout right about February 26th, and it doubled from the breakout level, went from 1.8 to 3.5. And for you guys to take a note, when you track your spreadsheets, always track the maximum reward for multi-day breakout when they try to. So when you guys trying to figure out when should you go long, always trying to track the maximum perform rate for multi-day breakout. So in this case, VXRT went from 1.8 to 3.6. So it gained about 100% from the breakout level. For UAVS, same thing, record the breakout level 1.69 and inspect it all the way to 5. Now in this case, you want to track into your spreadsheets because for these type of volume, 100 million, almost 188 million, and these type of volume are exceeding the average volume that trades in general small cap market. So you have to put UAVS into different section compared to VXRT. And also one of the other thing you want to track is when the stock did perform one multi-day breakout, does it have another chance to perform the second multi-day breakout? In my statistics, they don't really perform the second breakout that well. So we count right here, multi-day breakout as first multi-day breakout, second will be right about here. In the middle, it attempted to break this 3.5 about 2 times and failed pretty hard, almost dropped 50% from the high. So when the stock tends to break out the highest level and failed miserably, of course it's going to trap a lot of back orders. So for the next time you try to break out the previous high, it will be much harder because the more time trying to break the multi-day highs, the higher the chance of multi-day breakout is going to fail. So for UAVS, you can see this much cleaner chart. There's nothing trying to tempt it to break 1.64 until about April 29th. And also you can see the volume is significantly different because the breakout level volume has to be much higher compared to the original candle, which is April 15th. So you can compare volume for these 2 candles. The breakout candle volume has to be much higher compared to original candle. You can see on this day, volume traded about 90 million. This day traded about 80 million. It fits the criteria of volume has to be overwhelming in the previous candle. For VXRT, you can see when the stock tends to break out, but the volume didn't really exceed the original candle, which is about 1.9 or $2-ish. So for me personally, when I'm trying to buy the breakout and I see volume is not that significant and it's not overwhelming the previous candle, I will probably size it much smaller. For UAVS, and I see the volume is start to overwhelming everything and it's going to trade more volume than before, of course I'm going to size it a little bit more. For UAVS, I filtered out all of the tickers that's under 1.5, so I didn't really see this ticker until it tends to break about $4-ish. I do see a shorting opportunities on UAVS on the second day, but there were no shares to short when the stock trading about $5 to $4 level. So that was missing out. And in conclusions, to look for multi-day breakout, there's going to be 2 criteria we're going to look for. First of all, you don't want many failed spikes in the middle of the chart, so the next breakout won't be as clean compared to one that has clean charts. Second criteria, you kind of have to look for more volume compared to the previous candle. So on UAVS, 90 million overwhelms 65 million. For VXRT, into this breakout candle, 34 million does not overwhelm 76 million. So you have to use these type of criteria to fix your size when you're trying to go into a ticker. And for VXRT, definitely going to sizing much smaller, and for UAVS, definitely sizing bigger. So that will be all the analysis on VXRT and UAVS. So let's talk about CAPR. This one will be the last ticker for the day. Overall, when you look at the yearly chart, there were no resistance whatsoever. He actually did start doing multi-day breakout around on this day, which is April 24th. And you never know because you never gained any type of volume. So on April 29th, it traded over 200 million volume, and I decided to short using overstand gap down into this pattern. I shorted about 7.3. When it dropped it back to $6, I didn't really cover anything because I was too greedy. I thought the stock had a mass amount of resistance, so it could drop a little bit more to maybe $4 or $5-ish area. It came back to me and I covered for scraps. Into the second day, when the stock decided to do a bounce short starting from 616 to $9 area. Didn't really create enough range. It's only up about 30% barely. I didn't really choose to short large into CAPR, but it had massive amount of resistance. So it tried to do a multi-day breakout, but it was some type of bounce short. There were too many conflict factors into that day. So that's why I decided not to touch CAPR. So going into the next week or next month, I can see there's going to be a lot of volume traded into different tickers. And if you cannot predict how it's going to perform on the first green day without any type of resistance, always wait. Wait until the stock finishes its day and record the volume. If the volume exceeds about 70 million to 100 million, those will be an easy short. If it tends to break the previous day high, then you have 100 million supportive risk off by buying into multi-day breakouts. And these type of patterns are the most profitable and the most predictable patterns you can do to really grow your small account. For CAPR, VXRT, UAVS, hopefully you guys learned something new and focus on one or two patterns to grow your account before you really sizing into these type of big runners in the first green day. And that will be my safest suggestion to keep you from overtrading and being FOMO. So that'll be the end of the video, and thank you very much for watching this video. I will see you guys in the next one. 这个还比较 slow 吧，前面太快了，我操。